Okay, so today we are going to be doing an updated version on my custom True SVH skates, letting you know how they've been, how the performance is, and how they're holding up after me using them for a couple of months now. I don't know how long I've had these, it's been a while.
Half a season.
But there you go, half a season. And just let you guys know how they've been and how they're going right now. Okay, so going on to fit, comfort, and support. You guys know, if you watched the last video on these skates, they are so solid it is a joke. Hands down, the most supportive skates I have ever had my hands on, without even a question. I mean, you can see here, they're not going anywhere, and that's after using them for the last half of my season and for, well, I don't know how long I've had these skates. Comfort, honestly, can't praise them enough. It feels like I'm wearing a pair of slippers. That's the only way I can describe it. It doesn't feel like I've got a boot on my foot. I mean, design, yeah, they've got a few nicks, a few bumps, but nothing major. They still look pretty new to me. They've got a scuff here, but other than that, I still think they look okay. They don't look like they've been used for the last half of a season. Certainly don't look like they've taken many bumps, but I can promise you they have. Moving on to that moves on to protection. I have blocked so many shots with these skates and not even realized I've blocked a shot. That is how protective these skates are. I did have extra shot blocks put in my skates when I had them made. Basically what that means is I had extra carbon layers put onto my boot when they made them. That just makes them that little bit extra protective, and honestly, it works. I don't feel a thing when blocking a shot in these skates, which obviously then helps me move on to performance. The only thing that's a little bit different is these skates, I feel, point you a little bit on your toes, which for some would help out, because some like to sprint start on their toes when going anyway. But other than that, honestly, you can't knock them. Skating, striding, stopping, turning, everything feels amazing with these skates. I can't give them enough credit. And like I said, I used them for the last half of my season and they don't even look like they've been touched. It's incredible. Other skates that I've had over the years, if you could see Chris's face behind the camera, he knows I've been through a lot of skates, in especially half a season. It's quite impressive, I must say myself. But these don't even look like they've been touched. I actually think I've found a skate that can beat me and not get beaten up. It's impressive. I am really impressed with the True SVH skates. They've got a bit of competition in something that's just been released. I'm not too sure what I'm going to be using in the season, but it's going to be a tough decision to make. We get a lot of comments about True skates being heavier than the other two name brands out there. If you look at...
Bauer and CCM, don't be shy.
I'm going to say with the other two name brands out there. If you look at the Catalyst Pro, not the SVH, they are the same weight of the top spec skates in those other two brands. These skates that I'm holding in my hand right now will be a little bit heavier, but that's because of the amount of material I've had added to these, with the extra shot blockers, the stiffness. Basically everything I've done has made these heavier. But I can say it is not an issue. You do not feel it on the ice. I honestly feel like these might be the easiest pair of skates I've used from box on feet, and that's a big statement. Obviously on these skates there's a different holder, different releasable blade. I have not had an issue, my blade haven't popped out once. I have had an issue on a past pair of skates where the quick release broke and I was unable to use them. I haven't had that on these holders as of yet, obviously still using them, but so far so good. My blade hasn't popped out once, hasn't come loose. It's still in good condition. Honestly, high praise. Very high praise.
What blade have you got in there out of curiosity?
I have Blade Tech in my skates right now.
How come?
I just feel like they're a bit easy to use. I feel like they have their perks. I'm sure Chris can let you guys know what the perks are. Obviously I'm not the tech guy. For me, these just feel a lot better on the ice. I feel like they dig in and help me push and stride a lot easier than the other blades that come with the skates.
Because of that patent technology that Blade Tech runners have, where the front portion of the holder flexes into the blade and stores up vertical energy, and then as you complete your stride, it springs back out and releases that energy, gives you that extra pop on the ice. You're improving your acceleration and your speed, but it also has health benefits. Because of that front portion of the blade being able to flex into the holder while you're skating, it reduces the impact that the high wear areas of your body are receiving just generally through the game of hockey. That's going to be in your ankles, your knees, and your hip joints. The health benefits and also the performance benefits of these runners are not only going to help you to be a little bit faster on the ice, but they're also going to allow you to play the game that you love for a longer period of time.
Just to touch on a point that me and Chris get asked about and told about a lot is the rivets in these boots popping out and separating from the boot. The main reason this happens is because you're not drying your boots out properly. And these rivets are now stainless steel, so that problem won't happen. But if you maintain and look after your boots properly and dry them, you wouldn't have that issue anyway. I haven't come up with that issue. Obviously, I use my skates 5 times a week. I've had no issue with the holder coming away from the boot. Make sure you dry your boots and look after your boots, and you will have no issue with the holder coming away from the boot. Okay, so all those points being said, incredible pair of skates. If you're thinking about getting a pair of true skates and you're not entirely sure because you're worried about the weight, or do it. I was the same, do it. That being said, if you like the video, make sure you hit the like button. Obviously subscribe, it helps us out, it helps us grow. Let us know what you want us to review next. See you guys in the next one.